Hi everybody, my name is Bethany and welcome to Make Joy. So it is right now the beginning of November when I'm filming this, and some people feel like that is way too early to start talking about Christmas, but I have to confess I'm pretty happy that Netflix is starting to roll out their Christmas specials, and that November's a little bit early, but I feel like it's not too early to get in the spirit. And so whether you think that right now is an appropriate time to start watching cheesy Christmas movies, or you want to wait a little bit later in the year, I want to give you a tool to help you enjoy them more. So I love cheesy Christmas movies. I'm sure tools like this already exist on the internet, but I like to consider myself a little bit of an expert. I've been watching cheesy Christmas movies at a minimum since college. I feel like that's when my true love affair with the cheesy Christmas movie began, because every year when I was packing to go on Thanksgiving break, I would stay up and watch whatever free movies I was interested in on Hulu, and the cheesy Christmas movies, they always made it into the playlist, and I loved them. And then I can remember after I graduated from college, we had one of those TVs with just like the little rabbit ear antennas, and so we only got like 5 public access channels, but one of them was, I can't even remember what the name of the network is now, but basically all Christmas long they were playing these ridiculous movies. So I have designed a bingo card for you to be able to watch these movies and really just rank, in the hierarchy of cheesy Christmas movies, where does this movie fall? Is it a winner? Does it just black out the card? Does it just got a few spots? And it'll let you know, because I actually personally am a big believer that the more tropes a Christmas movie can hit, the better of a Christmas movie it is. I'm all about the tropes, I'm all about the cheesy Christmas movies, I'm all about the predictability that's part of the magic, and so I think that's a sign of a great movie. I'm gonna go through the different squares on the bingo card and give you a little bit of description about them so that you can understand what would fill this card, but ultimately, it's up to you. You can use your best judgment. I trust you with this task. Alright, so a bingo card, I did a 5x5 grid that I'm gonna try to put here in the empty space on the screen, and the middle free square is just a montage. If there's a montage anywhere in this Christmas movie, which if it does not have a montage, what are they even doing? Did they even try? I don't think so. So any montage in the whole movie, you get to take your free space in the middle. Alright, my very first square is your main character loses or quits their job. So if, and it really, could be the main character, could be the love interest, an important character, we'll say, loses or quits their job. This usually happens at the beginning of the movie, but even if it happens later in the movie, you can still count it. The next one is a return to your hometown. So if in the movie they take you back to the place that somebody grew up or the place that they were originally from, then you get to fill this square in. Next up, if there are absentee parents. So what is an absentee parent? Just basically a parent that does not really show up in this movie. Maybe they're on vacation or a cruise. In fact, bonus points if the parents have suddenly decided to take a vacation or a cruise over Christmas and they're not going to be there. But it could also be that maybe they've died, maybe they're busy with work, maybe they're visiting another relative. But if there's the main character comes home to an empty house in their hometown because their parents aren't home, then you get to fill this block in. The next one is if any member of the cast, any of the characters, are royalty. If there is a prince or a princess who happens to be, wandering around a college campus perhaps, or casually drinking coffees in a coffee shop in New York, yes. That would be bonus points. Or really, if anybody's royalty in the movie, then you get to fill this in. The next one is if there is a family business. And so a family business, obviously like a business that is run by a family, and this one can be pretty flexible because sometimes family business, like I just watched a Christmas movie where they sold Christmas trees as a family business, but then also sometimes there's like a big, multi-generational huge corporation, but it's still run by a family, so that could count as a family business. And you come down to the whole royalty thing, like is ruling a country a family business? I'm gonna leave this up to you to decide exactly what counts here, but this is an important element, obviously, of the Cheesy Christmas Movie. Next up, on that same theme, is an evil corporate element. So, is this family business happen to be an evil corporation that's like slowly stealing the soul of the child who's supposed to inherit it? Or is there some evil corporation coming in to try to wreck the little guy who's been like hanging around for a long time? Or I don't know, there's like a million different ways that there could be an evil corporate element. Did the main character quit or lose a job because there was an evil corporation at the very beginning of the movie that made their life impossible? Well, then you get to fill this square in. The next square is a small town. So if there's just a small town, maybe they're not going back to their hometown, or maybe their hometown wasn't a small town. But if you see a small town in the movie, if there's like, I don't know, a casual reporter who happens to be wandering into a town to report on their adorable Christmas traditions, or any of the other thousands of plot points that Christmas movies have made up to put their characters in small towns. A small town. Up next is a precocious child. If you don't know what precocious is, it's sort of like sassy, very outspoken, I don't know, just any of those kinds of things. They say funny lines, they're there to look cute, that all counts. Up next, hitting your head. Obviously not your head, though I guess if you hit your head, this movie, you could fill it in. But really it means like, if a character falls down and hits their head, or drops a box of Christmas ornaments on top of themselves, or, I don't know, slips in a skating rink and they hit their head and probably fall unconscious, then you get to fill the square in. A single parent. So this is different than, well, a single parent could be an absentee parent, like yes, that's possible, but just if there's a single parent, if there's someone who maybe has gotten divorced, or their spouse has died and they're now a single parent for their child, then that counts. All right, if there is a guy that wears flannel, also probably the single parent from the one we just filled in, but if any guy wears flannel in the movie, here you go. And bonus points if it's the love interest, because let's be real, it's probably gonna be the love interest that's wearing flannel. Okay, if the real Santa Claus is in this movie, then you get to fill in a square. So, I don't know what it is that they're so obsessed, like it's not a guy in a Santa suit, that doesn't count. Obviously it's a Christmas movie, there will be people in Santa suits. We're not going for the lowest hanging fruit here. But if there is a Santa Claus that like mysteriously can do things that people don't expect, or appears and disappears, and there's some sort of subtext, or sometimes they'll outright say like, this is the real Santa Claus, this is not just a guy in a Santa suit, then you can fill that square in. The next square, so we'll skip over the free square, and we have an elevator scene. If there's an elevator scene in your Christmas movie, once again, it's probably going to involve the love interests, like accidentally running into each other in an elevator, but there are other things that are possible. But any scene in the movie, if they're standing in an elevator and the camera's like showing the elevator while this happens, then you have your elevator scene. A supernatural vision. This could be a dream. This will probably happen after a character has hit their head. They will have some type of vision, or see something, or have an apparition, maybe the real Santa Claus come talk to them in their supernatural vision. But any sort of vision that is not like normal everyday seeing things, but some type of apparition, that counts. Up next is a wise old person. So this would be an older character in the movie who has wise advice to dole out, maybe is sassy, maybe is inspirational, maybe is mysterious, maybe is the real Santa. There's lots of things that can qualify, but any wise old person and you can get this square filled in. Up next is time travel. If there's any element of time travel in this movie, then this square is filled out. Very straightforward here, especially repeating days. Bonus points if they're repeating the same days over and over and over again. All right, if there's a childhood crush, so say someone goes back to their hometown from their evil corporate job that they just got fired from, and they happen to run into a beautiful, attractive man who's wearing flannel and works for a family business, and he's their childhood crush, then you could fill this square in. Up next, if there's a holiday party, anywhere in the movie, if they have a holiday party at any point, then, I mean, this is almost another free square. You can fill this one in. All right, up next, another gimme, winter sports. Do they go skiing or skating or sledding? I don't know if a snowball fight would really count. Snowball fight's pretty borderline, but I'll leave that up to your discretion. Any kind of winter sports, even if they're in a montage, even though we already gave you a montage square, you can still count them. It'll just be double points. Up next, if there is any kind of jazzy Christmas song. This is especially good if it's like some kind of weird knockoff of a real Christmas song, or it's a knockoff version of somebody else's really cool Christmas song. So say like there's a super cool Bing Crosby or Ella Fitzgerald version of a Christmas song, and then they hired some no-name singer to try to replicate that style. But any kind of jazzy Christmas song. Credits, middle of the movie, during a holiday party, anything you want. Christmas decorating. If there's Christmas decorating at any point in the movie, it could be in your montage. Lots of Christmas decorating montages in Christmas movies, but it could also be like the source of a deep conversation about childhood difficulties. It could be, I mean, if they take some time to decorate for Christmas, and this could be, they could be decorating their house, they can be decorating the town square, they could be decorating their little family toy store, any Christmas decorating counts. All right, if there is some kind of mysterious cross-generational secret, maybe like a particular Christmas ornament that nobody knows about. Oh, hey, Foof. Hi. So, whatever you might think it like could be. Hey, bud. You gonna be in the video with me? Yeah. So, yeah, any kind of secret that they have between generations, especially the more the mystery, the better. Granted, you fill the boxes in or you don't. It's not a point system, but still. All right, if there's accidental physical contact, you know what I'm talking about. They go out for their cool little winter sports montage with the guy in flannel. And then, oh, look, we're sledding and then we fell over and then now we're laying in the snow together. Or oh, you slipped skating and here, let me grab your elbow and steady you. Or as you're trying to rush out of the elevator at your evil corporate job, you happen to run into the handsome man in the long coat outside of the elevator. You get what I'm talking about. We've all seen these movies. You know what this means. And my favorite, I put it last because it usually happens towards the end of the movie, in the climax, and that is magic snow. So the way you know it's magic snow is that it wasn't snowing, it starts snowing while the characters are on screen, and it's not a particularly opportune time for snow, or maybe it's in a place that geographically doesn't get a lot of snow, but especially if it is the climax and something wonderful has just happened, or maybe the main characters are kissing each other and maybe the real Santa Claus is standing off in a corner smiling at them, and then especially you know it's magic snow if they make that little chimey sound when it starts snowing. You know what I mean. I'll try to put it in here. So if you hear that sound when it starts snowing, then you know that it's magic snow. So this is my holiday bingo card. I plan on using it to rank my holiday movies this holiday season. But I hope it's fun for you. As you can tell, like, I have watched a lot of these movies, and tell me if you think there are any tropes that I missed, or things that you would put on your bingo card instead, and let me know how your favorite Christmas movies do according to these criteria. Are they like, maxing out the Christmas, or do they have some space to grow? So that's it for now. Thanks so much. If you liked this video, show it some love. And yeah, thanks for taking the time to watch. We'll see you again soon. Bye. Say bye, Fufu. Say bye. Yeah, bye.